I was in the park stretching before a run one day when this red-nosed pit bull puppy with these beautiful green eyes comes up to me with a stick in her mouth. And I hear, "Oh, that's Esmeralda. She's friendly." So I'm throwing the stick for her. Jason and I start talking. And at one point I asked him the all-important question. I said, what do you want to do with your life? What's your dream? And he just looks at me, blank stare on his face, and I'm like, "Well, so?" He said, "Well, I don't know. I've never been asked that question before." And I'm like, "Really? How's that even possible?" Well, it turns out that in school he'd been told that he had a learning disability. And over time that's how he thought of himself, disabled, and that something wasn't right about him. And apparently, besides trying to fix him all the time, no one ever encouraged him to want anything for himself, not his family, not his teachers, no one. And yeah, okay, you could tell something was a little different about him, the way he carried himself off, but disabled? No way. I mean, quite the opposite. This kid was amazing. He would go on and on and on about all these different things he knew about, from motorcycles, latest gadgets, and the details he knew. It was just incredible. So, he had this laser-like focus, he had this energy, he had this passion, right? He knew all this stuff, but he had nowhere to go with it all. So he had interests, but he had just never thought that he could do anything with them. So, over the next few months, Jason, Esmeralda, and I would go to the park and we continued to talk about his different interests. And we'd explore the different possibilities for what he could do with it all. We'd also cover some pretty cool topics like the power of the mind and the importance of having a good mindset. We also talked about how to tap his creative abilities, something that we all have in us. We also talked about the all-important skill of how do you take your challenges and turn them into opportunities. Kind of like an inventor does. They take a problem and they turn it into something new. So anyways, one day for inspiration, I take him to this movie production house where I was working on a film at the time, and I'm showing him all the equipment there. And he's like, "Oh, that's a Digibeta. That's a Fostex 260. And it's like, this kid knew more about the equipment than I did. So seeing that, the following week I take him to a public access TV and radio station, and we sign him up for a free course on learning how to run the filming and lighting equipment. And he was really good at it. He was really into it. The best part for me is I get a phone call from him this one evening, and he's like, "Guess where I'm at?" I said, "Yeah, what are you up to?" He said, "I'm filming a high school football game." "Really?" I said, Yeah. I set up all the equipment, the sound, and I'm filming it right now." I said, "How cool is that?" So there you go. There's Jason in his element, doing his thing, having a great time. And so over the next couple of months, the momentum built. And, his confidence grew. He got really clear on things. And, the last I heard, he is now running his own business. Pretty cool. So that's what I do. I work with people to find out what they love and turn it into something awesome. That's it. Now, I'm sure your situation is different than Jason's, so I'd have a couple questions for you. Starting with the all-important one, of course, what's your dream? Now, if you didn't know, we'd take steps to find out. And if you knew, I'd want to know all about it, including where you're at with it and if there are any challenges getting in the way. Then, over time, we'd take the steps to fully develop it and turn it into something cool. Now, I myself as a kid had huge dreams growing up. It would have been great if I had what I like to call the ultimate support system that would give me everything I needed to do my thing. Tools, resources, the people, as well as the encouragement and inspiration along the way. Today as a coach, I know that the right kind of support can make all the difference in the world. That's the essence of this program. Give you everything you need to do your thing. Now let me be clear about something. If you're like most kids today, you're already overbooked and overstressed, and the last thing that you want to see is somebody giving you pressure or expectations to change in any way. This is not that. Untapped Genius, it's the exact opposite. It's really about giving you a huge amount of space to simply be who you are, and then using that as a platform for exploring together. That's it. So this is about you. You're in charge. Now what I bring to the table begins with my experience in coaching. Now for 20 years I've coached folks from all walks of life, from the famous to the homeless, with a wide range of interests and experiences. Now I also have a technical background as an engineer and an inventor, so I can help you flesh out those ideas and really do something with them. I'm also a web developer and a business coach, so I can walk you through the steps to building a site, creating an online course, even writing and publishing your own book. Now, if you're interested, we can take it all and turn your passion into a full-fledged online business. Also, my background in music and in art, and my love of sports like skiing and kiteboarding, they all help bring further insight into doing what you love and doing it really well. An area of specialty for me is exploring what I like to call the built-in abilities of the mind and body, and how you can use them to fully develop your talents. Fun stuff to be sure. So, there you have it. Hopefully this video gives you an idea of what Untapped Genius is all about. So that's it. Check it out, and I'll see you on the other side.